Hey there, guys and gals, and hello, my friends. This is your host, Joe, Life with Yosef. It's the 26th of January of 2026. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I thought I'd, uh, I thought I'd do a little bit of catch up. So we're going to get to it here in a sec. We're going to get to it now. So we'll see what's next. Today's attire is a Seattle Pilots, 1969 Seattle Pilots, the only year of the Pilots in the American League. It's got number 56, which is Jim Bouton's number. Jim Bouton wrote Ball 4, scandalous at the time. If you're a baseball fan, you really got to read it. And he wrote some other books. I've read some of his stuff. He tried to get a ballpark built in one of the towns he lived in New England. It wasn't as successful as he hoped. He has since passed, but he's a real interesting guy, and I recommend doing a little reading on him if you're interested. But anyway, this is from Royal Retros, and it's a 5X, but they're not sized the same as the basketball jerseys. My Rick Barry Oakland Oaks jersey is a 4X, and they don't fit the same. The wool is a little bit lighter than the wool that used to be used by Ebbets Field flannels. The sizing's a bit different, and some of the tacking in the back on the inside is already starting to come loose. And this is the first time I've worn it. I like the jersey, but if you're a fat boy like I am, you really want to get the measurements right. I like the shirt. I'm glad that I have it. I don't think I'm going to be buying much any more wool baseball jerseys. I got plenty of them as it is. But Seattle Pilots, 1969, Jim Bouton, and we'll see what's next. I talk a lot about the same nonsense about the travel, but I have firm travel plans in June, the last week of June. My brother Charlie, as I've said, is a disabled vet. So he gets into the national parks, anything in the national parks, for free. Now, him and sis are going down to Oregon Pipe for a few days, and that's dry camping. You have a spot, you saw it on the clip earlier this year. And then on his journey, he's going to go to the Grand Canyon, the South Rim. But not the South Rim where all the development is, because that RV park is run by Xanterra. And they're the same people who did the bus tour that I went on last year, and I'll link to that. But they want $92 a night to RV at the full hookup RV park in the South Rim. Now, if you drive about a half an hour east, you get to Desert View, and there's a little bit of settlement there. There's gas at a store and a tourist store, a gift shop, and they have about 40 or 50 dry camping spots. Now, here's the map. I don't think I offed it, but you have a spot, you have a picnic table, you may have a Ramada, one of the covers like at Sandy Beach, and you have a fire ring. Now, this one at Desert View has no dump, no electricity, and the water you don't get to put straight into your coach. You need to have like a 5-gallon jerry can. So you need to come prepared. Well, my brother and Sissy have the toy hauler, and it's made for just that type of camping. Well, I'm going to meet him. Now, Charlie, being the disabled vet, he gets a $30 for $15, so he's in. And because, as I'm going to mention on the clip after this one, I bought the 62 and over National Park Service permanent pass for $80. I'll talk about that here right now. After buying my $80 lifetime pass for being over 62 and over for the National Park Service, So I get the campground for $15. I'm going to meet them there at the end of June for about 5 or 6 days. I'm going to board dude because we're going to want to go to the South Rim and we're going to want to see some of the sights. Now, I started looking around to see just how many National Park Service campgrounds there are that I could camp in the summer, so I escape some of the heat. If it's in the 80s, I could tolerate being outside. I don't need to run if I'm going to run a lot of these places you can't run the generator, maybe 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening so you can cook. So you can't run it all day. And bluntly, if I'm going to be where I'm going to run the generator all day, I'm just going to go to a powered campground. Now back to the passport book that you buy at the National Park Service usually at the Visitor Center at the gift shop. So I've had a couple of these. I had one with Charlie years ago when we were in Kansas and we went to one of the forts, either Fort Scott or Fort Leonard, and took the tour and stuff, and no, that's long gone. Then I had one with the plaintiff, and that definitely was not going to be brought with me in my new life. When the Dish and I were at the north rim of the Grand Canyon in 2013 on the 5-week tour, I don't have it on film, and I looked, and I didn't even talk about it, but I went into the gift shop to buy another book, and one for us, and her and I, and Chico, and I made the comment to the staff. I said, yeah, I just remarried my wife, and I got rid of the old one. I said, outside of the marriage certificate, this is going to be the best money I ever spent. And they even got a big laugh out of it. Oh, and I bought another National Park passport book. I had one with the plaintiff, and we got rid of that. I bought one with my wife at the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Said it was money well invested. I'm not sure what happened to it, so there you go. So it was great traveling with my wife. Anyway, love traveling with my brother, and we'll see what's next. Now, the one that I showed you that I bought at Petrified Forest with my brother, somehow that got water damage. Now, the third one that I had in the truck was when I bought at Crater Lake 2 years ago when I had the meltdown in the parking lot because I couldn't find my credit card because I'm an idiot. Anyway, I had that and I used that. I stamped that there, and I also had it when I went to the Grand Canyon last year, and I stamped a couple of stamps. So the problem is that at first you think, okay, I want to consolidate into one book. But I have stamps on both sides of the same sheet of paper. So I'm not going to be able to snip that down and then glue it into one book, the book in the best shape, because I have it on both sides of the same sheet. So when you ask why didn't you do that, well, that's why. So I decided on this as a solution. This is something that I got on Amazon, and it's almost like the old style photo album. And as you see here, I gotta make sure I don't have the centering on. I snipped all of the stamps out of all three of the books, and I have them in here now. And you see it here, and there's regions. The western region, the southwest region, Alaska, the northwest region, like with Alaska and such, and so they are all got some type of color coding to them. I'm not throwing the two books out. The book I bought with the Dish, I'm going to keep just because it has sentimental value, and then the book that I bought year before last, I'm going to keep because one, I'm going to stamp them. I'm going to still go to these places. Hell, in June I'm going to stamp again, and I'm going to cut them up and I'm going to put them in the master book. So this will be the close of a little update here at the end of January of 2026. This is, as always, your host, Joe. Life with Joseph. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. My God, I'm up over 600 subs. Who knew? Enjoy your day. Peace be with you. May Freya show you favor on the hunt through a field so soft and green now and in the afterlife. Strength and honor. And we'll see you for the next one.